you ever noticed that your cat instantly perks up at the word treat, but completely ignores you when you tell them to get down from the counter? It's not just selective hearing. There's actual science behind why cats respond to some words but not others. Unlike dogs, who were bred to follow human commands, cats evolved as independent hunters. This means they don't respond to words in the same way dogs do, but that doesn't mean they don't understand them. A 2019 study from the University of Tokyo found that cats recognize and distinguish specific human words, especially those tied to food, routines, and emotions. However, since they don't rely on human approval like dogs, they choose when and how to react. Think of dogs as enthusiastic students raising their hands, while cats are quiet geniuses who absorb everything but only engage when it benefits them. So, what words do cats actually understand? Today, we're breaking down the 5 words your cat truly recognizes, and number 3 might just change the way you talk to your feline friend forever. Let's dive in. Do cats understand words like dogs? Cats may not obey commands like dogs, but that doesn't mean they don't understand words. A 2019 study from the University of Tokyo revealed that cats can recognize and distinguish human words, including their own names. However, unlike dogs, who were bred for companionship and trained to follow verbal cues, cats evolved as independent hunters. As a result, they process language differently and don't react the way dogs do. While dogs are eager to please and respond to commands like sit or stay, cats don't see words as instructions. Instead, they associate words with experiences. For example, if a cat consistently hears treat before receiving food, they'll learn that the word predicts something rewarding. Similarly, if they hear no in a firm voice, they may pause, not because they're obeying, but because they're weighing whether stopping is worth it. In essence, dogs listen to words for direction, while cats listen for what benefits them. This difference explains why your dog comes running when called, while your cat carefully considers whether it's worth their time. Still, just because cats respond on their own terms doesn't mean they aren't listening. In fact, they're probably paying more attention than you think. Word number 1. Their name. Your cat knows their name, even if they don't always respond to it. A study published in Scientific Reports found that cats can recognize their names, even when spoken by strangers. Unlike random words, their names trigger a subtle but noticeable reaction, such as an ear flick, head turn, or tail twitch. This proves that cats process their names as meaningful sounds, rather than just background noise. However, whether a cat chooses to respond is a different story. Unlike dogs, who are wired to seek human approval, cats prioritize their own interests. They may acknowledge their name, but decide they have no reason to react, especially if they don't expect a reward. Interestingly, the way you say their name affects their response. Research suggests that cats react more positively to high-pitched, gentle tones, similar to how we naturally speak to babies. If you've ever noticed your cat responding better when you use a sweet, sing-song voice, this is why. On the other hand, a flat or stern tone may cause them to ignore you. Want your cat to come when called? Try reinforcing their name with positive associations. Each time you say their name, follow up with a treat, pet, or playful interaction. Over time, they'll learn that responding to their name leads to good things. While they may never react with the enthusiasm of a dog, they'll definitely recognize when you're talking to them, whether they choose to show it or not. Word number 2. Food-related words. Have you ever noticed that your cat can be sound asleep but immediately perks up at the word treat or dinner? That's because cats associate food-related words with rewards, thanks to a psychological process called classical conditioning. Every time you say treat and then give your cat one, their brain makes a connection between the word and the reward. Over time, the word alone becomes enough to trigger excitement, even before they see or smell food. This is the same learning process that makes cats recognize the sound of their food bag rustling or a can being opened. But do cats actually recognize the word itself? Or are they just reacting to the tone? You can test this yourself. Try saying treat in a completely different tone, maybe in a monotone or a deep robotic voice. Many cats will still react, proving they recognize the word itself, not just how you say it. However, some cats rely more on tone and context than specific words. If your cat responds only when you say treat in your usual voice, they might be picking up on your excitement rather than the actual word. Either way, the key takeaway is that cats are excellent at linking sounds to experiences. So, if you ever want to teach your cat a new word, pair it with something rewarding. They'll learn much faster than you think. Word number 3. Number cats understand the word no. They just don't always care to listen. Unlike dogs, who have been bred for thousands of years to follow human commands, cats remain independent decision makers. They recognize when you're displeased, but their response depends on a quick cost-benefit analysis in their brain. Here's what happens when you say no. They assess your tone. Cats are highly sensitive to vocal cues and can tell when you're upset. They weigh the consequences. If ignoring you leads to an unpleasant outcome, they might reconsider. They calculate the reward. If continuing the behavior is more rewarding than stopping, they'll likely keep going. A 2023 University of Helsinki study found that cats who frequently ignore no actually score higher on problem-solving tests. This suggests that ignoring commands isn't about being stubborn. It's a sign of intelligence. So how can you make no more effective? Instead of just saying it, pair no with redirection. If your cat jumps on the counter, say no and immediately offer a better alternative, like leading them to a cat tree. Also, loud scolding rarely works. Cats respond better to a quiet, disappointed tone, especially if they have a strong bond with you. The truth is, to a cat, no isn't a command. It's a negotiation. If you want them to listen, make sure they see a reason to agree. Word number 4. Come here. Unlike dogs, who are naturally wired to respond to social cues, cats need a real reason to come when called. They're independent thinkers, more like freelancers than employees. Instead of following commands out of loyalty, cats respond to come here when they associate it with something rewarding. Dr. Sarah Ellis, a feline behavior specialist at International Cat Care, found that cats can be trained to respond to come here with up to 80% reliability, but only if the training is done correctly. If your cat ignores you, it's likely because they've learned that come here usually leads to something they don't like nail trimming or being picked up. To make this phrase work, use a positive reinforcement strategy. Say, come here, only when something good happens. Before mealtime, before playtime, or when offering treats. Reward immediately. So, they build a strong mental link between the phrase and a positive outcome. Be consistent. Cats learn through repetition, so repeat the process daily. Over time, cats develop anticipatory behavior, meaning they'll come even when they don't see the reward, simply because they've learned that responding to "come here" usually benefits them. Think of it like this. Your cat is weighing the odds. And if you've been a reliable source of good things, they'll take the chance and come running. So, the secret isn't in the word itself, it's in making come here always worth their while. Word number 5, good job. You might think your cat doesn't care when you praise them, but research suggests otherwise. In 2021, Oregon State University conducted a study comparing cat preferences for food versus human interaction, and the results were surprising. Many cats preferred attention and praise over food. Unlike dogs, who seek validation through obedience, cats process praise in a more emotional way. According to feline behavior expert Dr. Kristen Vitale, when you say "good job" or "good kitty" in a happy tone, your cat isn't just hearing words, they're picking up on your emotions. This creates an emotional feedback loop. You praise your cat in a warm, affectionate voice. Your cat experiences positive reinforcement, feeling safe and valued. Over time, they begin seeking out more human interaction. Another key finding? Morning interactions set the tone for the whole day. Cats thrive on routine, so greeting them warmly in the morning strengthens their bond with you. Try making "good job" or another praise phrase part of your daily routine, especially after they do something positive, like using the scratching post instead of the couch. From their names to the word no, your cat understands far more than you might think. While these 5 words are universally recognized by most cats, every feline has their own special words they respond to. So, what words does your cat understand? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more feline wisdom.